Okay, I'm just going to record a quick recap, and I'm also going to remove all the drawings so it's actually visible what I did. First thing I did was I looked at the 1 hour PDA, so I marked out this fair value gap, and I labeled it 1 hour bearish gap. I saw that price tapped into it and beautifully respected it. And also in the 15 minute, I also saw this. It's really tiny, but if you zoom it up enough, it's also a gap. It's only like 2 points on NASDAQ, so it's like actually tiny, but it's not that it doesn't exist. So I saw that 15 minute and 1 hour were both respected, and then I went into the 5 minute to observe structure. I saw that Asia session completely just accumulated this whole time, and because I know that London likes to manipulate Asia, I'm seeing all this, but this is sell side. Yeah, all this sell side liquidity is going to be taken by London if it's reasonable. So I saw that London swept Asia highs, and then we tapped into this gap, and then when I went into the shorter time frame or lower time frame, we made this high, and then London swept this high as well. So what I did is I took my Fibonacci retracement tool and I took it from the high down to the low, and this fib retracement gives me my target. So I was able to see that this region right here is a good take profit, and I was also able to see that this is another take profit. So I didn't take it to the bottom one, I only took it to the one above. And then what I did is I went to the 5 minute. If the charts can load, I seem to have just broken my charts. There we go, now we're back. And then I saw that this was a low volume node. Now they've developed like a little bit of a nipple now, but this was the original target, so I set it right here, and I took shorts based on the 1 minute. I had a pretty tight stop. I think I entered like this, pretty much just right here as we tapped in, and my stop loss was about the high volume node on the 5 minute, so above here. It actually wasn't that tight. You could have done a tighter one, but I like to trade order flow, so I took it from there, and then I just put my take profit down to both the corresponding low volume node and how it corresponds to standard deviation on this anchor. So the way I anchored the standard deviation once again is from the manipulation leg of the internal highs. So you see from here, this is a high. Actually, if I move this tool, this high, or actually this high swept this high, so that was a manipulation before the fall, and then that's that, and we can see that both are hit. So this one is a 1 to 3, could have been a 1 to 6 if you do a tighter stop, but I trade order flow, so I like precision. And you can also have done a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 7, but yeah, that was just my trade for now. London does end up completely sweeping Asia. Well, not sweeping fully, it's making equal lows, but yeah, it does take all the liquidity, and we caught the move. That's the trade recap. And then just to finish off the recap, I did my other entry right here, because what I saw was this full move. If I go to the, see if we have a clearer picture in the 3 minute, we really don't, so let's just stay on the 1 minute. This right here, it's a really tiny gap, but it still counts. This bullish 1 minute fair value gap was completely inversed and very aggressively as well. And then I saw that we had a change in the state of delivery after we broke this. The difference between a change in the state of delivery and a change of character is that this is a major break below the open of this bullish candle after a liquidity sweep. You see, we swept Asia, and if you take a look at a 5 minute, it's more obvious. We swept Asia, so that's our change in state of delivery. And then I saw that, I'm like, okay, this is so high conviction because of just the body language of these 3-4 candles. I'm like, if we get any retracement at all, like for example in this fair value gap, I do want to enter again, and that's exactly what I did. So I saw this 1 minute gap, I marked it out, 1 minute bearish fair value gap, and I didn't manage to enter at the CE because I was a little bit slow in the head, but instead I realized I could still just take the equilibrium from the high to the low. In this case, the equilibrium exists for just this one candle, so I ended up entering on 27.25, exactly. Oh shit, exactly where I put my mouse. 27.25. I entered right there, which is in between the 0.5 and the 0.25. So I entered 5 more contracts there, and I was able to catch about 56, 57 points, averaging that out together. I don't know how many points that is, but 56 points with 5 contracts, and in this case 30 points with another 5. So if we take 33 plus 57, yeah, divide that by 2, we got 45 points with 10 contracts, and that was the trade.